Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning for a morning mindfulness practice. We have another opportunity this morning to rest in awareness, to practice just being, observing our experience without trying to change it or hold on to it or push it away, with the understanding that each time we take the time to do this, we strengthen the, so to speak, muscle of awareness, the pathways and networks of awareness in the brain and body. And so we make that place of peaceful awareness more available in future moments. So by practicing this morning, we're taking another step in the direction of happiness and stability, simply by pausing and noticing whatever is here. So choosing your posture now, whatever feels appropriate, sitting or standing or lying down. There is traditionally a fourth posture, which is walking. And you can explore walking meditation if it interests you. You might even walk back and forth as you listen to the guidance. Either way, I just wanted to name it as the fourth of the traditional postures: sitting, standing, lying down, and walking. Something to explore, perhaps. Eyes open is okay, eyes closed is okay. Just finding something stable, whether standing or sitting, whatever your posture. Something grounded, back straight, shoulders upright but also relaxed. Feet resting on the floor. Let's begin with the sound of the bell. Aware of the whole body. At the surface and deep inside. Points of contact between the body and anything else. Just allowing these to arise in awareness. We don't have to search for them. and allowing the breath to arise in awareness too, just in its own time to manifest in the belly or elsewhere. No matter if the breath is long or short, just resting the attention on the rise and fall as best you can, allowing the rest of the body to be at ease. And if this is not possible at the moment, then that's okay too. Not trying too hard in any direction. As always, if working with the breath is something that doesn't feel possible at the moment for you, feeling free to rest the attention elsewhere. Hands, feet, sounds, neck, buttocks, anything. Just allowing one thing, one place, one sensation to be in the foreground, whatever that is. And in the background, the whole of the rest of your experience, internally, externally, thoughts, feelings, other sensations, impulses to act. So that we don't have to clear anything from our experience in order to practice mindfulness. We can just rest the attention on one thing in the foreground and let the background be broad, expansive, inclusive of everything. And no sooner do we rest the attention here, the mind wanders off. Of course, that's what minds do. Whether you notice this after one moment or many, noticing it is awareness. You might briefly acknowledge where the mind went, planning, judging, worrying, remembering, thinking. Just a brief acknowledgement and then turning back to the foreground, to the sensation you have chosen to rest the attention with. Perhaps the rise and fall of the breath in the belly. You might observe whether there is a sense of disappointment in noticing the wandering mind, or if there is a sense of purpose, that each time we notice the wandering mind, we strengthen the muscle of awareness. This is the practice. We don't have to force out any feeling of disappointment, but perhaps we can allow in a sense of purpose too. Training in effortlessness, simply by paying attention to this moment, foreground and background. Now, turning the attention to sounds, just opening the mind to whatever sounds are here for you. The sound of my voice, perhaps another sound from the device you're listening on, sounds from the space around you and from further away. Letting sounds be in the foreground of your attention now. And once again, without having to clear anything from the background in order to do so. Notice if the mind is looking for a certain sound or type of sound or type of experience more generally. See if you can drop back from this natural goal-setting tendency into just observation, noticing silence as much as sound. If you find it challenging to maintain attention with the soundscape, knowing that you can return at any point to the breath or another sensation you were working with beforehand, to anchor and steady yourself for however long. And then perhaps opening again to sounds in all directions. The raw sensation of each sound. The mind may conjure images and tell stories around the sounds too. That's quite natural, we don't have to repress that. But taking a particular interest in the rawness of each sound. Just the sound itself, pitch and tone, volume, frequency. And as best you can, allowing the whole body to be at ease as you do this. If there's any muscle tension, just inviting a softening with each out breath. There are likely to be thoughts. Am I doing this right? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? More thoughts about the past and the future. Allowing these to be in the background. We don't have to engage with them, reply to them. We don't have to try to dismiss them either. Just letting them be one dimension of experience rather than the controlling aspect of it. So whatever the thoughts are saying, we can simply rest attention with the sounds. There's no physical or theoretical preparation we need to do in our minds before turning to the sounds around us. Perhaps noticing how sounds make clear the breadth of awareness. Wherever we hear a sound, awareness is there, by definition. And we can hear sounds from nearby and far away, in all directions. So awareness is nearby and far away and in all directions. Sometimes it's said that sounds articulate the space of consciousness. If that's a useful phrase, then it is a useful phrase. And if not, then we don't need to do anything with it. Perhaps also noticing the effortlessness of sounds. We don't choose which sounds to hear or when to stop hearing them. They simply arise and then in their own time fade away. There's a kind of letting go of any attempt at control that we can practice when listening to sounds. And that may be useful to bring into our experience at other times too. It's letting our experience arise and change from one moment to the next. Without needing to feel responsible for it all, in charge of it all. Just letting it come and letting it go. Observing and breathing. And perhaps savoring it. Perhaps letting go of sounds in the awareness now. This just means allowing them to drift into the background of awareness and bringing the spotlight of attention, the foreground, back to the body and the movement of the breath in the body. Seeing if you can hold the whole body in your awareness. Whatever your posture, whatever thoughts and emotions and sensations are present right now. Just observing. Just letting awareness cradle it all. And allowing the words of this poem to drop in as just one part of that. This poem is called With That Moon Language. It's a modern translation of a poem by Hafiz. Admit something. Everyone you see, you say to them, "Love me." Of course, you do not do this out loud, otherwise someone would call the cops. Still though, think about this great pull in us to connect. Why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye, that is always saying, with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? So thank you for practicing with me this morning. I wish you a good day. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Take care.